Hey, what's up? I'm Michael the Ark with Let's Play Gaming Entertainment. Today I'm going to be doing something much requested, which is showing you my Zane build. So let's jump right into it. So I use a capstoned blue and red tree. Darn it. Get over here. Blue and red tree, and I actually use Digiclone in action skill slot 1 and Sentinel 2. There are a few things that are very important to have in this build the way I do it. So let me go through. I do put 1 into everything in case I have a class mod that will use that. So, and that's with both of these trees. I've got 1 into speed, or violent speed, 1 into cold 4, and 5 into violent momentum. I have 5 into cool hand. It is very important to have this 5 in violent momentum, and it is very important to have drone delivery with this. And then salvation is something that if you get a kill, it's going to help keep you alive, as long as there's other things around. Also, seeing red is very important to have with this. The violence, I think I just have I have 3 into it, and then I have 1 point from a class mod, and then I have, I believe, 1 into this so that I can get the 2 points from the class mod. This one I have 2 points in, and I would highly suggest going on and, well, actually, I think I have all 3 points into this. If you can find a class mod that has extra of good misfortune, absolutely use it. And then you want to do Death Follows Close as well. Now, as far as the action skill augments, I use Bad Dose and Boomsday. Now, you can, instead of Bad Dose, you can use Static Field or Winter Roam. Either one. I would not suggest Almighty Ordnance for this build because you're going to be shooting and not really paying much attention. What you want to do is tag them and let that do its thing, but you can switch this out for either of those other two, depending on which type of enemies you are fighting. The reason I keep it on this one for radiation is because this one, a lot of stuff, for me, the ice just doesn't work. It doesn't work nearly as good for my build. So the electric, a lot of things are actually immune to electric, and that's why I go with the radiation. But also when we get into the inventory of this build, you'll see sort of how it works, and the radiation does the most damage for the most part. So over here on the red orange tree, we have 5 into synchronicity, and you get extra gun damage for each action skill, basically, and it's going to give you 20% gun damage when you have, or per active skill. So with this, you're basically going to have 40% extra gun damage. Again, I have 1 into everything at least so that I can have the class mods add-on if I ever need to change something out. The increased magazine size, we've just got 1 into that. That is a good thing to have. Borrowed time, it increases your action skill duration, and that is excellent to have maxed out. When you kill an enemy, I've got 5 into this one. Then you get gun damage and health regeneration for a few seconds. That's a really good one to have. Fractal frags means that your clone is also going to throw a copy of your grenade. Now let me show you. This one here means that Sentinel is going to start throwing out grenades as well. Okay, so if the Digiclone is killed, it drops a grenade, and when it first comes out, it throws a grenade. It's excellent. It really helps. With this one, this just sort of randomly starts throwing out grenades. I guess it says every 15 seconds. That is an excellent skill to have, and it's how this build works so good. Duct tape mod, I have 2 into it. It gives me a chance to fire a grenade on my first shot, so you actually get quite a few grenades coming out, even with an infinity pistol. And if you, now this plays into this as well, but when you swap places with your clone, you immediately have your shield begin recharging and restores health to the clone. And when you also switch out, you have a Cryo Nova, and that sort of works together. You damage and you pull in health at the same time. So that's why I have that. Now over here, I'll get back to these, but I absolutely, on this tree, I'm not really sure which one I would rather go with, to be honest. So Cryo Nova's good for what I do, and then also this one here, the whenever the clone takes damage, my shield is restored. So it works excellent, and it helps out a lot. But you could switch out either one of these for this skill to help get rid of the clone, so you can bring him back faster. And it's an excellent way to speed along the process if you want to. Over here, I don't like this skill because it almost guarantees that your clone is going to die if you use this. He does not last nearly as long. Now, this one here I don't like because of the new U, and I like using new U, so this one I just don't like to. It seems like it sort of goes against that. So, back over here, when we go down here to quick breather, that one and that one goes together, as I said. It is extremely important to have at least one N2 pocket full of grenades. It's all you need with this build. You will never run out of grenades to do this. As long as you start killing, you will never run out of grenades. Then I have Old U, I have Supersonic Man, and for each active action skill, I'm going to get extra speed. And as the faster I am, the more damage I'm going to do. So I actually don't like going too fast in this with Zane because to me it gets a little uncontrollable. So coming back over here, as I said, you need pocket full of grenades. That goes excellent with Boom Enhance because when I summon my Digiclone, it consumes up to 3 grenades. For every grenade consumed, the Digiclone gains increased gun damage, max health, fire rate, reload, and duration. This makes the the clone extremely deadly. It absolutely just makes him so much more powerful than even Zane. And then this one here gives you a chance. Just one into it gives you a chance to ignore the bullets. Then I have this one, deals bonus cryo damage to enemies that are not targeting me. Sometimes it works out in my favor, sometimes it doesn't. It is also absolutely just really important that you have this capstone, because what this does is it's going to give your clone your current weapon when you activate the clone. And you set up your inventory system based on this. And it is absolutely amazing. So that's the 2 skill trees there. And then I go into green. This one gives me school or active skill cooldown rate, and it is really important for this build to have this as fast as possible, basically. The damage resistance. When I'm damaged, you gain, or when you are damaged, you gain resistance against that type, and that really helps you stay alive. So also, this just gives you a little bit of permanent regeneration with this one here. And that wraps out the trees. So, that's a lot to say. The way that I do this, let me come over here and sort this by type. So, the way that I do this is I like to use a Molten Infinity or the Fire Infinity or the Nuclear Infinity or the Regular Infinity. Any of them, the Fire is the best, the Nuclear would be second, and the Regular I would say is third. You can switch them out. Your enemies are immune to that type of damage, basically. Also, this slot I reserve for other pistols if I really want to use one, sniper rifles, and rocket launcher. I'll put all of those into here. This is my shotgun slot, and I'm either going to, 90% of the time, I'm going to have a brainstormer. For some enemies, I use a Trevinator, and the Trevinator I think does more damage, but the brainstormer is absolutely just crucial to this build. And the reason for it is you're going to give it to your clone like 90% of the time, and he is going to go out there and crowd control for you. And with the drone going around, dropping the grenades and using radiation mixed with the electricity, you're melting everything. If you're up against a bunch of robots or something like that, Breath of the Dying is my choice for the assault rifle 99% of the time now. If you're going to switch out assault rifles, then the only ones I really suggest are like Lucian's Call. The Barrage is okay. The Fire Chaos. I like the Electric Bearcat as well for this build somewhat. It's just fun to play around with. Rowan's Call is really good for this. And also, Star Helix is the other weapon that I absolutely suggest that you try to find and run with on this. The radiation one and the non-elemental one are both of those, in my opinion, are crucial to build. I just do not have it. It depends on the enemies that you're fighting. Depends on which assault rifle you want. So, also about the shotgun, the Butcher and the Hellwalker are really good as well. And I'm fixing to test other shotguns with it as well. As far as snipers go, I use the Lyuda 90% of the time. I just got this, so I'm going to test it out as well. But if you can get a fire Lyuda, a fire one, and then a regular one are basically the only two that you need. Now, my fourth slot I use exclusively for SMGs. And if you notice, I try not to ever have two of the same type of weapon in two slots because I don't want to run out of ammo. So SMG wise, right now I'm using Ember's Purge, and it is absolutely amazing. It melts everything. Other really good choices, I I do not like the Hellfire in this game. They completely ruined the Hellfire, and basically the Ember's Purge is what the Hellfire should be. So, this is a Maliwan, which is what the Hellfire was originally, and the Hellfire is just not that good. So, the Nighthawking for me used to be really good, but it's honestly, I don't really like it on this build anymore. But I still carry one just in case I need to have cryo on something. It's the only cryo weapon I take with me. I like Crossroads as well. If you can get a fire one, it's really good. But the fire, electric, and radiation are good for this build. The Dark Army, especially this one here in Caustic, or in Acid, I guess, is a really good thing. If you got a bunch like you're mobbing and stuff, then this I would highly suggest shoot, throw it, reload, and then let your drones fly around and shoot. You've basically got an army with you, and you will run out of ammo pretty quickly doing this, but after the first time of reloading, you can go ahead and just shoot normal and only reload, let it auto reload, and it actually works really well for this build. Now, the Cutsman, although it's been nerfed quite a bit, it seems, it is still really good for this build. For some things where you want to take the shields down really fast and the Brainstormer's just not doing it, you can use a Trevinator with electric on it, or you can use the Cutsman or the Crossroads. The Cutsman is going to be, Cutsman and the Trevinator are going to be the fastest way for that. The Cutsman here is still good, but honestly, I've not seen that the Fire Cutsman nearly as good anymore. I do like the Tsunami, and if you can, I don't know if you can actually get one at level 65 Mayhem 10 now, but if you can get the highest rank or the highest level Cloud Kill that you can get, it works excellent with this build. If you're not in Mayhem, especially, and you have, like, if you were at level 50 and you had one from True Vault Hunter mode at that time, you can melt anything with it. And even now, at Mayhem 10, the level 50 still melts, or at Mayhem 11, I should say, it still melts a lot of the enemies. You just have to know how to use it right. And with this build, what you want to do is you want to focus on one enemy, usually shielded enemies like the big guys that carry shields and stuff. If you shoot them with the Cloud Kill, they will die fairly quickly. So it is a very good weapon to have. If you're farming for like infinities, it is awesome to have a Cloud Kill for that. Solutions Call and stuff, they are also, those and the Rowan's Call, they're really cool for this build because it helps you with crowd control as well. It's just that you need to try to make sure that you get crits with it. And as far as other SMGs, I don't think there's anything else. Those are the main ones that I recommend, the ones that I've played with. So the Transformer is the only shield I would use, and it is, need to have the one that says while Sentinel is active, movement speed is increased by 15%. If you can't farm one up like this, go to where you first meet Tina, keep reloading and checking the vending machines there. You will get these all the time there. You also will get the hexes, the Merv hexes and stuff like that there from grenades. You don't even have to go farm the Sky Bully Swarm anymore. You can just farm that particular set of machines items. And speaking of, this is the absolute best grenade for this build. Radiation Merv Hex. If you have to have electricity, You could use a Stormfront or a Quasar, either one as well, but I have a Murtacular Hex that will do just as good, if not better, because in this game, homing grenades are absolutely the best. So then I have a Rain Firestorm if I want fire for some reason, but if you use this, you absolutely need to stay well away from all of basically everything. You need to stay back and let your drone and your clone do everything. And then I have a Gas Call, and that is for anytime I want to use something awesome, or anytime I want to kill something armored. Now, I use the Executor class mod for the accuracy, handling, critical hit damage, status effect damage, and chance. It's really good for this. I have one that has weapon damage, pistol damage, and heavy weapon damage on it. It is awesome. The Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge is really good on this, but it adds damage, but at the same time, you might be a little slower with damaging things, but if you're running around trying to speed through a level, and you want to switch between the two, a Snowdrift Victory Rush is one I have. Any of the Snowdrift artifacts that's going to give you that slide speed are excellent. And the one I have here has pistol damage, magazine size, and shield recharge delay. That pistol damage and magazine size are absolutely amazing. I love that. If I could get another Pearl that had pistol damage on it, I don't think they come that way, but I would absolutely love that. It would be perfect for me. Either one of these will work really good with this build, and I am already at 22 minutes to show you this. But I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to run to Athenas, and I'm going to show you exactly how this build works as you're running through doing stuff. Okay, we are here on Athenas, and I'm just going to show you exactly how I run through 2 or 3 different areas here, and then I'll do some boss stuff. First thing, you want to pop out your drone, then pop out your clone, and basically go ahead and switch over to your Infinity, and you can, with this build, you can use the Infinity really good. It does not do quite as much damage as a few other guns, as most of the other guns, but it does enough damage that you can easily just sort of set back and go through stuff. Especially, as you can see, I'm getting just crit after crit with this, and just annihilating stuff. You want to keep advancing your drone. And just shoot stuff as you run up to it. So this area, this is Mayhem 11, and this area is completely done now. So I'm going to go to another area, and I will pick up there. In the last encounter, I did not use any ammo because I'm using the Infinity. I'm going to do the same thing here. For the most part, you're going to want to have that shotgun, the Brainstormer, on him 90% of the time when you pop him out. And as you can see, if he does happen to get killed, he comes right back up really quick. We're going to pop this out and stay back a little bit, because Breath of the Dying, as you can see, he's killing everything, and in turn, that in itself is killing other things too. Now, if you want to actually go in and just take out more stuff, You know, you can do stuff like that. But you don't ever have to actually switch. If you want to just use the infinity while you're mobbing, there's pretty much no reason that you wouldn't have to. So, I mean, this entire area is now done. And all I done was just a little bit. If you also give him the purge, he will just absolutely melt everything. To show you against another type of enemy, I'm going to go over here and let the ratches have some fun. And now with the shotgun, it's not going to be as fast for, say, the badass ratches, but the other enemies here, it will sort of take up that time. If you give it either the purge or the breath of the dying, these guys will all die really quick, but the mobs won't die quite as quick. So for sort of a boss type enemy, I just run up and I drop them in and I come back. I'm going to switch over, and I mean, just like that, we've got that. Now what I'm going to do is run out here and just drop him out there. And I can come over here while he's killing stuff and just go. See? He's got a guy here. I'll just get rid of him like that. That quick. So there's going to be another area up here that there are enemies, and I want to wait just a minute for them to reload. So, all right, for a few other enemies and stuff, like I said, I'm just going to drop them out. I'm going to show you how this works this time, but then I'm going to put the Ember's Purge on him and let you see how that does. And I'm just actually going to stand here and let him go away so I can show you that. Okay, so we're going to run over here. I'm going to pop him out and just show you how the Ember's Purge works with him. Look at how fast the... I mean, just wow.
But not literally.
So, like, this is a pretty bad one right here, right? I don't even know where he went. And, yeah, so I will go to Traunt, and we're going to, at that point, take him out. To take on Traunt, I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm just going to trade out my Molten Infinity for this Cutsman right here. And what this is going to allow me to do is drop in, use the Cutsman, and if I need to give my clone the other guns, then I can still do so. And I mean, he's gone just that quick. And yeah, I hope that this has helped. For those of you who've been asking for this, I didn't really want to make a video like this, but I can. I know the video is going to be really long, and I didn't want to put out such a long video, but it's 30 minutes, so there you go. And I hope it helps, and I will see y'all in the next one.